Hey, this is Sherry Johnson from Sherry Johnson Coaching and the Love and Loss podcast. That is where we help you recover emotionally and spiritually after you've had a pregnancy loss. So today I'm jumping on for just a short video, and I want to talk about chemical pregnancies. So I'm talking to you if you've had an early pregnancy loss. So maybe it was at 4, 5, 6 weeks, maybe even 7 weeks. Maybe nobody told you that it was a chemical pregnancy, but somebody just said, at least it was early. And you're left feeling like asking yourself if it counts. And what you're really asking yourself is, do I have a right to grieve? You're asking for validation. And the reason that you're doing that is that we spend our lives looking to validate our worth in the world. And what you want is to feel worthy of grief. You do feel the pain of someone who has lost a pregnancy, someone who has lost a child. You have a need to grieve and a need to mourn. So you're looking for the validation that you are worthy of that grief. And like I said, we are always trying to validate our worth in the world, whether it's feeling worthy of grief, or worthy of the abundance that we have, or worthy of the job we have, or whatever it is. We're always trying to validate our own worth in the world. And in the case of early pregnancy loss, quite often the world, meaning the people around you, will have this natural tendency to invalidate your grief, or to, is that even a word? Disvalidate? No. Invalidate? Anyway, they don't want you to be in pain. So they have this natural tendency to try to avoid pain, and they'll tell themselves that you're not in pain because it makes them feel better. And they'll tell you too that you're not in pain because they want you to not be in pain. So it actually comes from a good place, but it absolutely feels hurtful when you're on the other end of that, when you're on the receiving end. And I fully understand that. I've had people tell me the same thing, at least it was early. And what I really want to dig into is what happens if you believe them. So if you've been told that a few times, or the doctor has told you that, there's a chance that you might believe them. And if you do, you won't allow yourself to grieve fully. You'll keep avoiding your pain. What happens when we don't allow ourselves to grieve? We just keep pushing our pain away. We bury it, we avoid it, we numb. And you'll keep telling yourself that it's not valid, and that you shouldn't be feeling the way that you feel. And when you do that, you will never actually fully heal. You'll carry the weight of that grief with you through your next pregnancy, or through whatever your next step is, and even throughout the rest of your life. There are women out there who are still feeling the grief, though they don't know it, of a miscarriage that they had 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. And it keeps them from feeling the full spectrum of positive emotion. And if you do this, it will keep you from feeling true joy, true peace. There will always be that grief overhanging that. So all that to say that you need to allow yourself to grieve. You are worthy of it. No matter how early your pregnancy was, you have lost a child, you've lost a pregnancy, and you will feel that pain. So allow yourself to feel that grief and to heal from it. I will leave it at that today. And by the way, download my free roadmap to navigate grief after pregnancy loss if you haven't done so already, and if you need some help finding your way along that grief journey. I'll leave it at that for today. Thank you. I see some listeners. I appreciate it, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.